All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in true doctrine that's being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet Earth. All right, this would be a quick video. I'm gonna try to get through these little clips that I have pretty quick. But yeah, shit is about to go down, man. You know what I'm saying? We a broken record here at Great Millstone, but hey, it is what it is, man. There is massive movement going on the planet Earth right now, dealing with the nations. You know, as the scriptures say, the Lord said he will assemble these nations against Esau. All right. He's gathering the nations for this war. And this is what's happening. All right. And the main culprit is Amalek. All right. Due to the fact of what they doing over there in Palestine. All right. You had at the UN, you had the international commission, international, I believe it's the international community of commission or commission inquiry, which was basically matter of fact, here, I'll read it here. It says, several UN nations bodies have reported that there are reasonable grounds to believe Israel is committing that G word, okay, that unaliving, the mass unaliving that's going on against those people in Gaza. It says, most notably, the UN Independent International Commission, that's what it is, the UN Independent International Commission of Inquiry, all right, concluded in September, which this was September the 16th, 2025. They concluded that Israel is committing mass unaliving, all right, and this is over a 2-year span of collecting data, all right. So the whole world, all right, and is telling them to stop immediately, but they're not stopping. So this is why we see all this military movement, all right, that's going on in the earth right now, all right. I'm talking major. And then right after this, let me show you. See, I got these videos lined up, all right. You had this happen, all right, which these are the world leaders, and they basically getting at Amalek. Everybody is, all right. Everybody's getting at Amalek. Here's the UN speaking about it, right? That commissioned the international community of how the fuck I just forget what it's, the independent international community, independent international commission of inquiry, all right. And the inquiry that this commission did was to find out if they are indeed doing what the world has been saying they were doing, all right. And there's plenty of I'm talking about the video, the news that's covering. These devils are caught red-handed, so they're getting ready to get violent. So this is why we see the mass movement right? So right after the UN declared that that's what them devils are doing, you got these devils, the 17th, all meeting up at Windsor Castle. And it wasn't just these two, but you had a bunch of different CEOs all here, all right? Um, you know, the outside looking in without knowing the times that you're living in, you would think it's just some uh, simple ceremony. No, this is a preparation to get ready to go to war, all right? If you can read between the lines, all right, of what's in the air, all right, in the planet Earth, all right. This happened the day after the UN had that international independent commission declare that inquiry or present the inquiry that, after they gathered the data that they needed to prove that they are indeed committing the unaliving of those people, right? So without any further ado, I just want to play these videos and just show you it's hot, all right. And then today, being what's today? Sunday, right? You got these demons, all these Edomites going to this dude, Captain Kirk's, his funeral in Arizona, sold out stadium. They actually got two stadiums, So something's brewing, something's getting ready to happen, and it's gonna be very bad here in Babylon the Great. So let me let's let these videos play. Now this is Russia, right? This is news concerning Russia putting out the warning because they've told Israel that they need to cease, right along with the rest of the world. Cease with what they're doing, but they're not going to cease. And like I said, this is why we're seeing mobilization of all these troops. Matter of fact, gather yourselves. Joel. I'm talking about the military movement is crazy in the planet right now. It's about to go down, man. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, right? So let's check out some of these videos.
Breaking news, Russia has just issued a chilling warning to Israel. Since Israel announced plans to take full control, the world has been in an uproar condemning the move. Now Russia...
The world has been in an uproar condemning the move of those Amalekites. All right? Just like the Bible tells us, that they have been made small among the heathen and they are greatly despised. This is what we're seeing in the planet right now on a global scale. Like, no bullshit. If you paying attention and you know what I'm saying, you checking out what's going on in the world is condemning these Idumeans, Amalek, all right, and the U.S. because the U.S. is the one aiding. This is why you have that 50 states. The world is about to turn against these devils, man. Well, they are turning against them, and everybody's gearing up for war.
Has stepped in, declaring that if Israel dares to proceed, Moscow will not stay silent and could launch severe action. Israel is now on high alert. Iran and Pakistan have also joined the warning, stating that if Israel makes any aggressive move toward, they will respond with strong measures. Meanwhile, the Western stance is shifting. Australia has announced it will officially recognize Palestine as a state, and Germany has halted all exports to Israel in protest. Yet one nation remains firmly in Israel's corner, the United States, standing by every decision it makes. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Israel enters God, Russia and Iran could unite for a large-scale military move, pushing the world dangerously close to a global conflict.
And we are here at that global conflict. Trust and believe that. And not only are we here at the global conflict, all right, we're here at the MOTB getting ready to be brought to the forefront. We're here at the economic collapse. We're here at the martial law being instituted here in the States. We're here at the false flag events. All right. Everything is on the table right now. Everything is. All right.
So the question remains, after such overwhelming condemnation, will Israel still go ahead? And will the world finally take decisive action?
They still going ahead. They ain't stopped, right? So this is this was the September 11th on CNN, right?
Palestinians rush in and out of this apartment building in Gaza City, grabbing what they can. Some even toss belongings out of their windows.
And this is what the world is seeing this, right? The world is seeing what they're doing to these people. You know what I'm saying? And the world is rising up against this devil. All right?
Long. Israel has marked their 12-story building for destruction, claiming it was being used by Hamas. Where should we go? Where? Like so many others here, Ayad is utterly distraught.
And this is the man that has taken peace from the earth. Let's get that. All right. He was given a great sword to take peace from the earth, man. Okay. In the book of Revelation. Let me see. Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon. It's talking about Esau, Edom. He's given the power that he has, right? To take peace from the earth, all right? And you look at this, these people ain't in peace. You know what I'm saying? They in shambles. Rushing, throwing their belongings out the windows and trying to get the hell out of Dodge before they attack that building. And this is the type of energy getting ready to come to the States. Best believe it, man. All right? Best believe that these so-called attacks that's getting ready to happen here in the States, they're going to be on the level of this and even greater. It's going to be even greater because the American people don't think that this type of energy is coming their way, but it is indeed coming their way. Okay? It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. All right? So let's finish this out. You know, this is Esau, Edom taking peace from the earth, and he's been doing so since he's been in the power seat.
Terrified of the homelessness that now awaits her grandchildren. This is my house. It's going to be gone, and I will never get back to it. What do I do now? There's no money, there's no work, no food, no water. There is nothing.
Now, make no mistake about it. These are heathens. You know, now granted, you do have Israelites among the heathen. All right? But the Lord is using this situation to bring the nations out. All right? As the scriptures say in Jeremiah 49, the least of the flock shall draw them out. And this is drawing out the nations. Like I said, we're going to show you the UN has, the world has come together to declare that this is what they're doing. They're committing mass unaliving.
Her grandson cannot contain his emotions. Tears come streaming down his face.
Bam.
Soon
It's
after,
over with.
Israel unleashes its promised destruction. Homes gone in a cloud of dark smoke. These residents are among the latest to be displaced in Gaza City.
This is what they're doing.
Where the Israeli military is leveling high-rise buildings and dropping leaflets ordering all of the city's residents to clear out.
And the whole earth is seeing this. And this is why the nations are telling them to come to a cease immediately, but they're not. All right? And this is why you see the world gearing up for war right now. All right? Because it's getting ready to cause conflict. Okay? And like I quoted Jeremiah 49, let's go back. Let's get that. They drawing out the nations for this war to get cracking. Genesis 49. Yep. In 20 it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom. Right? Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right? And the least of the flock is talking about them Amalekites. All right? Being surrounded by all those heathen over there in that region. They getting ready to draw out, or they have drawn out, all the nations, all right, for this World War III to kick off, all right? It says, the earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry, the noise of thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. All right, because they're getting ready to go down. All right, he's getting ready to be chased out of the world. Well, I believe it's earth, chased out of the earth. In the book of Job. Okay. Yep, Job 18 and 18. Job 18, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. All right. And this is dealing with the wicked. All right. Which the head of the wicked would being Esau, Edom. The head of them is Amalek. All right. We're starting to find out that Amalek is running Babylon. All right. Well, the average people are starting to find all this out. All right. We've been telling you this. Okay. So let's watch some more.
Some have fled to the city's western coast, where a sprawling tent city is growing more crowded by the day.
Which this is our land but the Lord going to destroy all this land anyway. All right? But this is being done for the world stage, for things to transpire. Okay? As they are.
Those with the means to do so are heading south. They are being forced into a shrinking sliver of the Strip. One military evacuation order after the next aiming to push Gaza's population of more than 2 million into about 23% of Gazan territory. Many are arriving in Al-Mawasi, an area already overwhelmed with hundreds of thousands who were previously displaced. Here, those who can find and afford a plot of land like this to erect a makeshift shelter are considered lucky. Due to the large number of those displaced, there is no place to settle in, this man says. People are living in the streets. You see people in the streets. There's no more space for displaced people.
That's pretty much it on that one. Right. Now, remember, this happened a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to play this whole one, but I'm going to just let you see these pilots were arrested because they refused to fly weaponry over there to Israel for them to continue to do what they're doing. All right, I'm going to just play a little bit just to refresh your memory. Right? Which I believe that's an Israelite woman, the Latin tribe. Same with the male. And when you watch this whole thing, 5 minutes, you got the Jakes arresting them, all right? And then they got video of her getting out of jail, all right? So remember this, everybody's fed up with Esau, Edom, beginning with Amalek and Babylon the Great, all right? I don't want to play too much more of this. I don't want to play no more of this one, really, because of what's being said. Them algorithms. But I'm sure many of us saw this video where these U.S. Military pilots were being arrested because they refused to partake in the unaliving, the G word of those people over there. All right, now the next one, I'm going to let this one ride because this is the world getting at Amalek. All right. And when I say the world, I'm talking about the rest of the nations. Okay, as the scriptures say, as we said, the least of the flock is drawing everybody out. Everybody's pointing the finger at these devils. And ultimately, this is the Lord. This is the Lord bringing this man up on charges. All right. He sent his prophets to reveal them. And now the world is catching up, revealing this, bringing them up on charges. All right. We've been saying these things, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And now the Lord is showing us that he's getting ready to execute the judgment upon Esau, Edom. All right. Remember that all the nations are the Lord's armies too. Okay.
The floor to respond to some comments. The representative of Israel perhaps did not listen attentively to all council members and other speakers in today's debate. And in our view, it is unacceptable.
Salakia, what the hell happened?
Indeed, ludicrous for an aggressor, an occupier, a serial violator of UN Charter and international law.
Speed it up a little bit.
That is Israel. To abuse this chamber and disrespect the sanctity of this council. And this is not the first time. And by pointing fingers on others, baseless assertions primarily aimed at masking its own illegal actions and violations of international law. President, but that's not at all surprising. It is an occupier that does not listen to anyone.
Talking about Amalek, all right? Right? This is the Spirit of the Lord zoning in on Esau, man. Okay? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. All right? Esau's heart has been hardened, man. He not finna stop. All right? Doing anything, any of the illegal bullshit he's been doing on the earth. He's going to keep going. And this is why the world is getting ready to get at him, man. All right? It's finna get real serious. All right? And it's always been serious, but we're getting ready to start seeing some unaliving here in Babylon, man. All right?
That does not pay heed to any advice, even from its friends, if there are any left. That refutes, not just refutes, threatens members of the international community, international media, international human rights and humanitarian organizations. Doesn't listen to the ICJ or the ICC. It threatens the UN and its senior officials. And it does that with impunity, shielded by its apologists, who time and again acquiesce in its illegal actions and defiance of the international community. And like all occupiers, despite being the aggressor, it feigns and plays the victim.
A whole narcissist. Esau, Edom, man.
But today it is totally exposed. This council has spent decades discussing the situation in the Middle East and the Palestinians. Meeting after meeting, we devote hours to this agenda. It is not because of anyone else. It is because of Israel that refuses to vacate its illegal occupation, and that blatantly violates the resolutions of this council. It's because of that we have these discussions. Israel also chose to refer to an unrelated incident and make misleading remarks regarding Pakistan in an effort to justify its own illegal actions and violations of international law. Pakistan's position on that incident has been clearly stated and is publicly available. The international community is well aware of Pakistan's frontline role and sacrifices in the international community's fight against terrorism. The entire world, including our partners, acknowledge that Al-Qaeda was largely decimated due to Pakistan's counterterrorism efforts. And we remain committed in this global, collective endeavor. We cannot accept insinuations from an irresponsible rogue state that is, in fact, the perpetrator of worst kind of state terrorism that we are witnessing in Gaza and, in fact, in the occupied Palestinian territories for decades. And we reject any false analogy, as has also been done by Gaza. For whatever way it interprets the statements in this council, the occupying power must go back and read carefully the statement issued by the Security Council today.
So they all are in agreement that Israel or Amalek is out of pocket. And they not trying to hear none of the bullshit excuses and them playing the victim. Right? Now here's the UN Council to where the International Independent Commission declared that that's exactly what they're doing.
The Commission concluded that Israel has committed genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza and that it is continuing with that genocide.
But we are told that the number of children that have had one or both legs and arms amputated is greater than in any other conflict this century. Certainly we know the number of children who have lost one or both parent. The trauma, the psychological trauma for children will last their whole lives. These deaths are not accidents. They are not collateral damage. They are the direct consequence of a military strategy of saturation bombing and scorched earth when it comes to the infrastructure of Gaza and the people of Gaza. Residences, homes, hospitals, universities, schools, museums, churches, mosques, archaeological sites, roads, agricultural facilities, the fishing industry. Our reports over 2 years have built the full picture of the extent of the destruction. And the destruction is such, added in particular to the starvation policies, that the conditions of life in Gaza are unsupportable.
There it is. All right. I mean, there's longer videos of that council that happened, but that's pretty much it. That's what they declaring to the world, that it's been 2 years. They've gathered enough information to see that that's exactly what they're doing. All right. Let me go to the book of Obadiah. Okay. It's over for you Edomites, man. The world is rising up against you. Okay, just as the scriptures say, and you're going to get violent. You're going to try to get violent with the entire planet, because the entire planet is trying to stop your wicked acts. All right, but this is all biblical prophecy, man. You know, for all of you to destroy one another, and Yahweh shall return and destroy this system and deliver his elect, and the Israelites will rule the next age and forever. All right, all you heathen are going down. The Lord is doing all this for the controversy of Zion. Let me pull that up. All right, he's making all of this happen because the controversy of Zion, man. The real Zion. All right. How you spell controversy? Let me just put in Isaiah 34. I believe that's where it's at. Which this whole chapter is dealing with what the Lord got in store for Amalek. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to go straight to the point. Isaiah 34:8. It says, "For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion." So this is why we're seeing all this movement in these nations gearing up for war against each other. All right, with everybody against Amalek in the U.S. All right, it's all for the controversy of Zion. All right, because it tells you here when you come up to the top, the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. All right, and his fury upon all their armies. All right, but he's gonna use these armies of the other nations to get shit cracking, and they're gonna go to war with each other. And when Yahweh Shai returns, they gonna stop fighting each other to come together to try to fight our Lord, and the Lord gonna zap them all. All right, and that's pursuing 2nd Ezra 13. All right, everything that's happened is for the real Zion. All right, the true Israelites. Everything that's happening right now. All right. And I mentioned this little shit here. All right. This was them. They know they're getting ready to go to war. All right. And they getting ready to set up and implement their new system. Because what you had here, you had a bunch of different CEOs. Let me see, did I tear it down? Right, you had these CEOs that was here. These are the people that were here. I typed in the different names of the people that attended this ceremony at the Windsor Castle that took place September the 17th, the day after the UN has the Inquiry Commission declared that they are over there committing unaliving and the eradication of those people. The next day, all these people, including DJT, was summoned to the castle for a ceremony. All right, and it says I typed in all those names. I forget the entire question I put. I said, who does DJT, and I put, what do they all have in common? Well, here it is. All the people. This is the question I put. What does the DJT, King Charles, Sam Altman, Stephen Schwartzman, Renee Haas, CS, I don't know how to pronounce that, but these are all the people that was there. Satya Nadella, Mark Benoff, Tim Cook, Jensen Huang, and Rupert Murdoch all have in common in the manner of politics, technology, and world dominance. Also, with these world top leaders be in direct opposition to BRICS. I just typed something in to see, based upon those names at that event. And this is what the overview gave me. It says, while these individuals hold immense influence in their respective fields, all right, and their respective fields have to deal with technology, finance, and rule, all right. It says, or a collective stance on BRICS. The idea that they function as a cohesive group in this manner is a misinterpretation of their diverse roles and relationships, which, no, it ain't. Because when you read down, I ain't gonna read all of it. I'm just, skimming through, things going on in the earth. Things are moving. It says, a significant global influence. Each person wields substantial power that extends beyond their home country. This influence is derived from their role in politics, DJT, King Charles, technology, Altman, Nadella, Cook, and Huang, finance, Schwartzman, and Venkatershan or whatever, and media Murdoch. All right, so all these people are there at that ceremony, which was nothing but a ritual to get power for what they're getting ready to do, which is go to war. It says, capitalist and pro-market stance. As leaders in American and British business, the group generally operates within and advocates for a market-based capitalist system. Even figures like King Charles, who has promoted environmentalism, have done so within the framework. No, that ain't one that pretty much explains deep ties to government and regulation. The technology executives, in particular, frequently engage with governments to influence regulation. As seen with Sam Altman's push to shape AI governance, he's there at that ceremony. And Tim Cook's strategic negotiations with China, financial leaders like Stephen Schwartzman, all right, and the CS Venkatershan also operate in heavily regulated industries and lobby governments on financial policy. So they all were summoned over there. All right, for what? What? Just for a regular ceremony? No, because they plan on ruling the world, man, through these different avenues. Okay. Another 250 years. Matter of fact, let me play this because he mentions the them staying in power 250 more years. All right, and you already know the scripture. You should know if you've been paying it, studying and whatnot. They really believe that they getting ready to rule 250 more years and beyond. Let's listen to this warlock.
That we have clean water, clean air, and clean food. Our legacy for the next 250 years and beyond is to ensure that our children, grandchildren, and those who come after them can experience the awe and magnificence of the natural treasures found in the countryside.
So they, in their heart, they believe they're gonna rule for another 250 years. Let's get that in the book of Psalms 49. Things are getting hot, man. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's what you just heard King Charles say. And their dwelling places to all generations. They called their lands after their own names. That's Esau, Edom, right? But not knowing they getting ready to go down, all right? Which I ain't gonna play no more of this. I'm not gonna read too much more of this, but just by knowing all these different people who have influence in finance, I'm talking about major influence. This Schwartzman, he's Blackstone. All right, finance, Western financial institution like Blackstone. All right, they big movers when it comes to world finances, the world currency. All right. And the way their finances in direct opposition of BRICS, the BRICS nations. All right. So we're in the midst of all hell getting ready to break loose. All right. We're out any day. All hell can break loose, literally. Literally. Because things are moving very fast, man. All right. Things are moving very fast. And it's about that time the Lord getting ready to take Esau, Edom right out of there, man. All right. It says the vision of Obadiah, the book of Obadiah 1:1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. And this is what you're seeing. The UN, all the world is coming up against Amalek in the West. All right. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And we seeing that. All right. The world despises these devils right now. All the nations. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Thou shalt, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? And what they doing over there? They stealing. They stealing. Their MO. This is what they've always done. Okay? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? And Esau ain't trying to leave nothing for nobody. This is why they said we're gonna take full control of that region. Okay? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? In the major way, the Lord has exposed this devil, first and foremost through the prophets. All right, and that's pursuing the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, he shall be consumed by the spirit of the Lord's mouth. All right, and now you have the rest of the world coming up against him, and you have with the World Wide Web, as the scriptures say, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity. All right, which the satellite, which represents the World Wide Web, the internet, is revealing his iniquity. He can't hide from the wickedness that he's doing. All right, it's on display for the world to see, to where your own U.S. pilots are disrupting your court. All right, to not fly weapons over there to help these Amalekites continue with that rampage of those people over there. All right. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. All right. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Right? It's over for you devils. All right? There's nothing you can do. That's why I played that video of the world saying we're not trying to hear no type of victim plan. All right? It says, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Right? No, I'm sorry. I skipped over verse 9. It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Right? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, which the violence that you committed against the Israelites is where you messed up. All right? Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. See, the Lord is doing this for our sake. All right? He's just using what's going on in the GAZA strip, all right, to get this thing popping. All right? I think that's, yeah, I don't got to read too much more down in this. You know, we know what's going on. I really wanted to get how, where is it at? This right here, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And like I said, the prophets, and now you got the world. The Lord is showing the world through the World Wide Web that this man he's the devil. All right? And the whole world sees you as that. Okay? And this is why you're getting ready to go to war with the entire world. All right? This third world war is getting ready to jump off right along with everything else. With the MOTB being administered and made mandatory, total chaos and destruction in these perilous times that we constantly bring out and warn you, Jacob, that's to come. We're here. All right? We are here. Any day now, you're going to get war in the streets of Babylon. All right? And the doors of mercy going to be shut. Okay? So, yeah, man, Lord will, this was, edifying to the hopeful elect. I was just going through a lot of, and this is just this ain't even a fraction of all the videos and everything that's going on right now. This is just a little bit that I saw and I thought was most prominent due to, the world dealing with the UN, International Independent Commission of Inquiry, and they declaring that they're guilty of what everyone's saying they've been doing, and now they're taking action. So we're getting ready to see some stuff out here, man. So continue to stay prayed up. All right, continue to beg the Father to hasten these days and to bring this calamity on, in hope that the Lord is gonna have mercy upon our souls, man. So with that, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we on to the next one. Shalom.